Hey everyone, this is Chris Brown, your real estate professional and marketing entrepreneur. I just wanted to do a quick video in reference to TRID guidelines while I have a few minutes here as I'm waiting for an appointment. TRID guidelines, a lot of people are like, well, what is that? Well, put it this way. It has to do with financing, and typically it's something that happens and that is impactful for the buyer and the seller. And it happens typically towards the end. I'll talk about the guidelines as in how it may impact the closing of a property. Basically, in short, with the TRID guidelines, it's new laws that were put into place to kind of help out with a lot of the activity, the unwanted activity, as well as also protecting the buyer during the financing process, as well as when they were coming to the closing table, making sure that everything is the same and nothing has changed, and everyone is aware of the type of loan that the buyer is getting. So it's a built-in protection. As some may be aware, there was a lot of activity going on during the big boom, real estate boom, and to kind of alleviate that, there were some new guidelines that was put into place. So with that being said, one of the items that I wanted to discuss is a built-in extension that's in reference to the TRID guidelines. And some people have a misunderstanding of it, saying that it's an automatic built-in 10 days if the lender is not able to perform by being able to present a closing disclosure or any other aspect of that the lender is not able to perform. And it gives the buyer an additional 10 days just to kind of get everything together and close on the property. So with that being said, I wanted to bring clarity because it's not exactly 10 days. You don't get automatically 10 days. You get up to 10 days, as well as making sure that there's efforts being made to get the financing through and seeing what steps are being done. So as of recently, we've kind of experienced a little bit of that. It's typical. Things happen. Audits occur. The file may need to be audited, and different things happen. So the best thing is throughout the process is, if you are representing the seller, is keeping them calm, letting them understand that it does occur. So by letting them know that it occurs, it keeps them calm, but also provide them with some reassurance throughout the process. The ultimate goal is to get the property sold, or even bought or sold. So keep that ultimate goal in mind, and then also even perhaps make contact with the lender, see exactly what they're doing to get or make additional progress of getting this particular property closed. If there's no answers there, then something else may be going on with that particular deal. But really try to dig for some answers, get some daily responses. I would definitely encourage that. Make sure that you have some type of feedback that's coming from everyone, and making sure that work is being taken care of each day. The clause or the guideline says that they have up to 10 days, so it's not exactly 10 days that they have. Some that may be a little discrepancy. So it has up to 10 days throughout that process. So push it. See if you can get it done less than 10 days. Ultimately, you have a buyer and a seller that are interested in the property. If you're that far in the process, you want to maintain that, because even moving forward beyond that point, it's going to be difficult to find another, say, buyer that is interested in your particular property. It just has to go back on the market, whether it be another 30, 40, 60 days, whatever it may be. So the best situation that you're in is that you have a buyer that is interested, and you have a seller that's interested in selling at whatever particular price was negotiated. So ultimately, try to work it out, be patient, and just be aware that it does happen. But just keep an eye on those guidelines and how that process works. So it is up to 10 days versus automatic just 10 days. But if you can close it sooner, it's better. But the communication will be key at that point, and just keeping both sides calm and just in the loop of what's going on. So like I said, ultimate goal is just to get it sold or bought. So this is Chris Brown, your real estate professional and marketing entrepreneur.